Hello students, it's Nazia Begum here, your physics lecturer. In our previous video, we were discussing the topic motion of a charged particle in a uniform magnetic field, and we have already discussed its first case. Now today we are going to discuss its third case. First and second case we have already discussed. Today we will discuss case 3 and also we will discuss motion of a charged particle in a uniform electric field. So let's discuss case 3 of motion of a charged particle in uniform magnetic field. So in first case we have taken that the angle between velocity and magnetic field is 0 degree or 180 degree. In second case we have taken theta, that is the angle between V and B equals to 90 degree. Now in case 3, when the particle moves in such direction that its velocity has one component along B and the other perpendicular to B. So here what we have assumed that particle is moving in circular motion. Okay. So when the particle is moving in circular motion, that time what kind of force it will experience and how it affects its path, that we will see now. So let the particle move in xy plane through a uniform magnetic field B pointing along y axis, y plus y axis. Okay. So here in this figure you can see x axis, y axis and z axis, and this is the direction of magnetic field along plus y axis. Okay, and this is the direction of motion of particle, theta you can see here. Okay, so now suppose the particle is moving in xy direction, okay, and making one angle with horizon. So here the velocity can be resoluted in two components. One is horizontal component v cos theta and vertical component v sin theta. This vertical component v sin theta is parallel to the field and the component v cos theta is perpendicular to the field. Okay, so the angle between the parallel component, that is the v sin theta and b, is 0, but the angle between v cos theta, that is horizontal component, and b is 90 degree. So that's why what happened, because of parallel component, the force experienced by particle is 0. That means the particle keeps moving in the same direction, that is the parallel direction to the field. But because of this component, because of the horizontal component which is perpendicular to the field, the particle will experience some force. Okay, and that force tries to rotate the particle in circular path. Okay, so here the first two cases we have discussed now, that two cases are simultaneously acting here. Okay, in first case we have taken the particle as parallel to field, so particle will not feel any kind of force and continue moving in the same direction, that is the parallel to the field. And in second case we have taken the particle is moving in perpendicular direction to the field, and that time the field apply force on the particle and the particle starts moving in circular motion. Now here both the cases are applicable on particle. Okay, because particle is having sine as well as cos component. Okay, parallel as well as vertical perpendicular component. So that's why what happened, there will be one force in particle which moves the particle in parallel to B, and one force will try to move the particle in circular motion. So circle as well as vertical motion, they together work on the particle and the particle starts moving like this. Okay, so the particle will move as well as go up, so it will move in a helical path. Radius of the circle in that helical path is given by this equation, r equals to mv parallel upon qb. V parallel means only the cos component. Sorry, it is perpendicular sign. Sorry. So r equals to mv perpendicular upon qb, because circular motion is there because of cos component. So that's why v perpendicular is there. Okay. Then we have pitch of the helical path. So here when the particle is moving in circular motion, so between two circles, this one is first one, this one is second one, this one is third one. So between any two circle, what is the vertical distance? That is the pitch of the helical path. So pitch of the helical path is defined as the linear distance covered by the particle along the direction of the magnetic field in one revolution. Okay. And it is given by v perpendicular into t. See, the formula of distance is velocity into time. So here we are taking perpendicular velocity into time. Now let's discuss motion of a charged particle in a uniform electric field. So when the charged particle is moving in electric field, the force experienced by the particle is given by this formula, F equals to QE, where Q is the charge on particle and E is the strength of electric field. Now let's discuss different cases. Case 1, when the particle is initially at rest. So here in figure you can see one particle is there whose charge is Q and mass is M, and it is moving in the direction of the particle is at rest. So with that arrow, these arrows, you can see the direction of electric field. The particle here is at rest and it is left free. It is left free means it will start accelerating under the influence of the electric field. So what happens when we simply leave a charged particle in a uniform electric field? So because of the force of the field, the particle starts moving in the direction of electric field. Okay, and the particle get accelerated, and the formula of acceleration can be given like this, A equals to F upon M. Now here the force is because of the electric field. So in place of F we can put Q into E, and this is the formula of acceleration, A equals to QE upon M. The work done by the electric force increases the kinetic energy of the particle, and that's why it gets accelerated. Second case, when the particle has certain initial velocity along the direction of E. Okay, so this is the particle having initial velocity u in the direction of electric field E. So here the particle will accelerate at a constant rate along the direction of E. Case 3 is just opposite to second case, when the particle has certain initial velocity in the direction opposite to that of the electric field. So what happens if the particle is moving opposite to electric field? So there will be one deceleration at a constant rate till it comes to rest and then starts accelerating at the same rate along the direction of E. So in first case what we have seen, that when the particle is at rest it starts moving in the direction of field. In second case we have seen if the particle is moving in the direction of field, it get accelerated. So in third case what happen, if the particle is moving in the opposite direction of electric field, the velocity of particle slowly decreases, comes to rest, and then the particle starts moving in the direction of field. Okay. Then we have fourth case, when the particle moves at a right angle to the direction of electric field. Okay, so this is the direction of electric field and the particle is entering in the field in a direction perpendicular to the field. Okay, the particle is moving in plus x direction, whereas the electric field is in plus y direction. So this time the particle and field, they are perpendicular to each other. So that time what happened? The field try to move the particle in its own direction. But because the particle is having some velocity when it is entering the field, so particle wants to move in forward direction, but the field is attracting it in vertical direction. Okay, so the forward and vertical two direction works on the particle simultaneously. Because of velocity, the particle is moving in x-axis, positive x-axis, and because of the field, the particle moves in positive y-axis. Okay, both type of motions are simultaneous here. That's why the particle move like this. Okay, a little parabolic path is there, or we can say the particle starts moving in a circle. Here the force experienced by the particle is F equals to QE, because of which it is moving in plus y axis, and because the particle starts moving in circular motion, so here centripetal force will be there, and this centripetal force is provided by this force, so that's why they both are equal. Or from this formula, by rearranging it, we can get radius of the circle r equals to mv square upon QE. So in this case, we understood that if the particle enters the field in perpendicular direction, the field starts rotating the particle in circular motion, and the circle of that path of the particle is given by r equals to mv square upon QE. If the mass and velocity of the particle is more, radius will be more. That means it will move in a larger circle. If the charge or the electric field, they are more, then the value of r will be less. So particle will move in very small circle. Here the acceleration of particle is given by QE upon m, and the time taken by the charged particle to traverse the electric field is given by t equals to x upon v, and the total distance covered by the particle along the direction of electric field in time t is given by second equation of motion. So s equals to y we will take, because the particle is deflected in y direction. The particle was already moving in x direction, but because of the field it was deflected in y direction. So that's why here we are interested to find out that how much it has been displaced. For that we take distance as y, u into t. Initial velocity in y direction we will take as 0, because it was entering the field in x direction. So that's why the initial velocity in y direction is 0. Okay, then half into the value of a into t square. If we put value of t here, which is x upon v, we get this equation. Okay, then QE upon 2mv square. These are constant, so this equation can be written as y equals to kx square. Okay, and this is the equation of a parabola. So when the charged particle is moving in electric field, by making right angle with the field, its path is parabolic. Now dear students, whatever we have studied about the motion of charged particle in magnetic field and motion of a charged particle in a uniform electric field, both the topics are very important, because now we are going to study cyclotron, and in cyclotron magnetic field as well as electric field, both the fields are present. So if we know that how the charged particle behaves in magnetic field and electric field, then only we can understand the working and principle of cyclotron. So if you have any doubt in those two topics, so it's my suggestion for you that before studying about cyclotron, you please see the video again, okay, where I have explained the motion of charged particle in magnetic field, as well as you repeat this video also, where we have studied motion of charged particle in electric field. When you understood that two topics clearly, then only we can proceed with cyclotron. And if you understood them well, then let's move. The cyclotron is a device used to accelerate charged particle or ions to high energies. Okay, so at some places in medical field as well as in engineering, infrastructure, etc., we need very high energy charged particles. Okay, so how that high energy charged particles are produced? They are produced by a device which is called as cyclotron. Why it is named so? Because in that device the motion of particle is like a cyclone. That's why it is named as cyclotron. Now let's discuss its principle. It works on the fact that first, when a charged particle moves at right angle to a uniform magnetic field, it describes a circular path. This we have already discussed. Second, if the charged particle repeatedly crosses an electric field while moving in the direction of the electric field, it gets accelerated to a sufficiently high energy. Such an electric field is called an oscillating electric field. Now let me show you that two cases which we have discussed on which this cyclotron depends. So this case 3, when the charged particle is moving in uniform magnetic field, in this case we have discussed that the particle, if it enters, case 3 not case 2. Cyclotron depends on two principles. Okay, so first one is when the particle moves at right angle to the direction of magnetic field, it starts moving in circular motion. Okay, this you keep in your mind. When the particle enters in magnetic field by making angle 90 degree, it starts moving in circular motion. And the second point of the principle is this one. When the particle has certain initial velocity along the direction of E, that means the particle is moving in the direction of electric field, it gets accelerated. Okay, its speeds increases. Those two cases we are using here as principle of cyclotron. Now let's see the construction of cyclotron. So here two Ds are there. Okay, this is one D and this one is another D. Okay, these are two metallic boxes. This is one D and this is another D. These are two metallic boxes which are shaped in form of Ds. Okay, this side is closed and this side is open, this side is open. Okay, they are basically the metallic shells in form of D. Okay, here the openings are there. Okay, and this circular part, they are covered in metal and you can see they are having some height also, so they are shell. These Ds are connected to a high frequency oscillator. Okay, here you can see this sign of alternating current. This high frequency oscillator provide alternating current to the field. Okay, that means it provide the electric field to the Ds. And this arrangement is placed between a magnet. Okay, this is the N pole and this is the S pole of the magnet. So this is the magnetic field here. So basically what is the arrangement of cyclotron? So here two metallic shells are there which are placed under electric field as well as the magnetic field. The direction of magnetic field is fixed. Here is N pole, here is S pole and this is the direction of magnetic field. Okay, but the direction of electric field is not constant. It continuously change because here what we are using? We are using oscillator, not a battery. If we use battery, the direction of the field will be in one direction only. But oscillator, it continuously changes the direction of field. Why we need to change the direction? That we will study in detail when we will discuss the working of cyclotron. and that we will discuss in next lecture. For today this is it. See you in next lecture. Till then, goodbye, take care and do some productive work. And the most important thing, be healthy, be safe.